Hello everyone and welcome, I'm Beastly Eel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a DC character spotlight of Lena Luther. The reason for that has to do with the fact that, well, Lena Luther has made a big appearance in the Harley Quinn show, and apparently going to be playing a major role in the rest of the season. So Lena Luther is the daughter of Lena Luther and the youngest sister of Lex Luthor and the mother of Lori Luther. So let's get right into this. We're going to talk a little bit about her comic book history, where we've seen her in the past, and where we're going to see her in the future. So pre-crisis, we have Lena Luther was the youngest sister of Lex Luthor, and she lived with her father, Julius. When Lex became a criminal, the family changed their name to Thorell? Post-crisis, in this universe, Lena Luther is the sister of Lex Luthor and the daughter of Lena Luther. Unlike the other version of Lena, she grew up with Lex until he left Smallville. Lena is also an invalid, and her daughter, Lori, is always taking care of her. When Lori became friends with Superboy and eventually kissed him, she brought him to visit her whole house. A few minutes later, Lex appears with kryptonite in his hands, claiming that he came to cure his sister. Lex cures Lena, but then undoes his cure just to prove to Superboy that he can kill Superman. Nowadays, Lena is under the care of Wayne Enterprises doctors. In New 52, Lena Luther works in her big brother Lex's private laboratory, based under LexCorp Tower. She is still in her wheelchair and is believed that Lex knew he could not heal her, so he left home. The truth is, Lex tried and failed to heal Lena, and Lex left home instead of being reminded of his failure. So some of the major story arcs that she's been a part of in the comics: Lena is present when the battle between the Justice League and Neurotron, accidentally releasing a mesovirus from Lex Luthor's private lab. During the Darkseid War, when Lex Luthor and Superman enter the laboratory, she shoots her brother from behind and uses the father box, teleporting both of them out of the lab straight to Apocalypse. Some live action media. We have her in Superboy, which is apparently a show that was out, I don't even know when, to be honest with you. Lena's first appears in the 4th season of the TV show Superboy. She's the only person Lex Luthor has ever loved, and when he finds out she died in an accident, he decides to destroy the world. Clark and Lana begin to look into her death when they noticed her utilities were shut off before she died. It turns out Lena faked her own death to get away from the stigma of being Lex's sister. She returned to his side to help convince Lex to stop his insane plot. She is played by Jennifer Hawkins, which doesn't matter there. She also appeared in Smallville. She goes under the name Tess Mercer, originally a mysterious woman who gains control of Lex's assets following his death. She's obsessed with finding out what happens to Lex Luthor and begins to research Lex's obsession with Clark. Throughout her time on the show, Tess becomes a trusted friend of Clark. During the final season, Tess begins researching her past, eventually finding out that she was actually born Lutessa Lena Luther. Abandoned by Lex's father, like he did with his other illegitimate son Lucas in Season 2, she is portrayed by Cassidy Freeman. She was also in Supergirl. Apparently during the 2nd season, Lena moves to National City, where she appears to be trying to redeem the Luthor name. Many of her actions are still clouded in mystery, but she has befriended and helped Kara on numerous occasions, including saving her from Lena's own mother's attempt to kill her. She is played by Katie McGrath. Apparently she's been in some animation as well, DC Superhero Girls, and in the same DC Superhero Girls Intergalactic Games. She was also in Lego DC Superhero Girls. She was also in Lego DC Superhero Girls Brain Drain. What she's also been in recently has been Harley Quinn, where she is supposedly the sister of Lex Luthor, and she has unexplained ties to Brainiac, which we'll have to wait and see what happens next. So this is Lena Luther. The reason why I wanted to do a character spotlight on her had to do mostly with the fact of talking about her influence inside Season 5 of Harley Quinn and her unknown loyalties to Brainiac, which I find to be very interesting. She doesn't seem to be much like her brother, but there are times that we've seen her where apparently she's very similar to her brother, so it's unclear on whether or not this Lena Luther in Harley Quinn is actually a good guy or a bad guy, but we'll have to wait and see to find out. Overall, I'm very excited to see where it's going to lead to and how far we're going to get into it. Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. My apologies. So the big thing here is we want to know more about Lena Luther, and I think we got a little bit more in depth about her story. I know there was another storyline where Lena Luther was never the sister of Lex Luthor and was actually the daughter of Lex Luthor, and she was supposedly brainwashed by Brainiac to help deal with a specific war that was going on. However, we're not quite sure if that we're going to follow the story in the Harley Quinn series, whether it's going to be about her actually being his sister, or her potentially being the daughter, which has now grown up, thanks to Brainiac. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But for now, let me know what you guys thought about this character spotlight down in the comments below. And also, let me know if there's a character spotlight you'd like me to do in the comments down below. And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.